It's Wednesday. I got a hula hoop. I've been practicing, but my record at the moment is 10 or 12 seconds, so still quite a bit of way to a full minute. I feel like I got the short end of the stick. Jumping ropes is a bit easier, at least to me, than hula hooping for a full minute. It seems like a very long time. But considering that I wasn't able to hula hoop at all last Wednesday and then I got like 10 seconds at best, I say that progress has been made and I'll see what I can do by next week. But yeah, we'll have to see. And here I was just being nice to you and sending a t-shirt and all kinds of things. Next one will be a lot harder. I'd like to talk more about what we actually spend our days doing at uni, but it's kind of difficult to talk about for several reasons. It's mostly just reading and math, and if you don't understand the math, it doesn't really make much sense to talk about. And in a sense, it's a bit like everything else. It's very hard until you know how to do it, and then it becomes easy. So explaining it afterwards feels like you're explaining something which is very trivial, but in fact it's very hard for people who don't know what's going on, and that makes it difficult to explain once you get it yourself, you know. That's the bane of explaining anything. But yeah, it's a bit like hula hooping. Once you know how to do it, you just do it. It's like riding a bike. Once you find your balance, everything seems so easy, but until you do, everything seems incredibly complicated. Needlessly complicated. That also has another drawback, you know. First of all, when you have to estimate how long time something is going to take for you, you look back on your previous experience and you look at all the things that you did in the past and think, well, that seems so easy. It wouldn't take me very long to complete those tasks today, so this new thing shouldn't take me very long to complete either. But the first time you had to do those things, when you didn't know how to do it, it actually took a long time to figure out how things worked. But you tend to forget that once you've been doing it for a couple of weeks straight. It feels like it's just second nature. And when you then have to look back and see all the things that you spent your time on during the week, and you have to figure out if you actually made any progress, it feels like you didn't do very little, because a lot of the time was spent understanding how to do the stuff, not actually doing it. That's the sad part about working with knowledge and code in general. Like when you're programming something, you spend a lot of time researching how to do it, unless you've done it before, and not a lot of time on actually getting it done, you know? For example, think of the last time that you had to write an essay. How long time did you actually spend typing the different words? If you just had to type it verbatim, if you had it like on the side, the one you had written, and just had to rewrite it, just pressing the keyboard, it wouldn't take very long. A lot of the time you spend thinking, and it's hard to remember all the time you spent thinking. So it feels like a lot of the time was spent doing nothing. It's kind of depressing, actually. The way I usually deal with this is by working on multiple projects at the same time, so that you feel like you get something done on multiple places, and it's a bit easier to remember that you actually spend your time doing something. And it doesn't always work out, because you end up maybe spreading yourself a bit too thin and don't really spend a lot of time on the things that you really want to be spending your time on. But yeah, I'm going off on a tangent now. Well, enough of my rambling. That's all I had for today, and until next time, you're it.